Welcome to another episode of Motivating Monday. Today, I'll be sharing on character motivation or encouragement. And today's character that I'll be sharing on is Job. Now, just to give a brief background on who Job is. Job was a righteous man, someone who was blameless and shunned evil. He also had many possessions and had many livestock. He also had 7 sons and 3 daughters. He also made sacrifices for his sons, his family, in order to atone for their sins. Satan, however, decided to challenge him and made a bet with God, saying that if God took away his possessions and his family, Job would surely curse God and sin. And God agreed to this. And so he allowed Satan to take away all his livestock, all his possessions, and also take away all his children. However, despite all of this, Job did not sin. And so Satan once again made a bet with God, saying that, well, if you afflicted his health, he would surely curse you. And so God agreed and let Satan strike Job with painful boils all over his skin. And yet, despite all of that, Job did not sin. And even when his wife told him to just curse God and die, he still did not. And in fact, rebuked his wife, saying, what God has given, he can also take away. Now, I find Job to be a very encouraging character and motivating character to me, as he reminds me that no matter what hardships we face, we can always find comfort in God. And instead of blaming him, we instead should face the challenges head on and try to improve from it. Because ultimately, God is in control. And blaming God won't help anything. In fact, it makes it worse. We just have to trust in God that He'll be able to allow us to get through these troubles, just as Job did. In James chapter 1, in the first part of chapter 1, it also states that rejoice in trials, in various trials. And to me, that's very meaningful as well. And it links directly to this, as despite the hardships that Job faced, he didn't exactly rejoice, but he didn't sin against God either. And it was so easy for him to just give up, and do what his wife said, just curse God and kill himself and end all of this suffering. But he didn't do that. And to me, that is a big motivation and encouragement. You know, in this life, there's so many hardships that we face. But Job's story always reminds me that no matter how hard these challenges are, I know that God is with me and He's in control. And so I don't have to give up. In fact, I just have to go through these challenges. And these challenges might make me improve. And I will definitely learn things from these challenges. Just as what James had also said in chapter 1. At the end of the book Job also learns that God is almighty and he was wrong to place himself to be more righteous than God. And it is seen through that all this suffering that Job had went through made him a better person, able to humble himself despite being so righteous. And in the end, Job was rewarded with twice the amount of possessions he had, and his children were greatly blessed. So once again, Job is a very motivating character to me, as he reminds me that no matter what hardships I face through, I know that it definitely won't be as tough as what he suffered, losing his whole entire family and all his possessions. And so, if Job can go through these troubles without sinning against God, why can't I? And to me, that's a huge encouragement to push through whatever challenges that I have. And so, with that, I hope you also gain some encouragement from Job. And that's the end of today's episode. Thank you.